Hello my strong friends, and welcome to people who may have stumbled upon this video and don't know me. My name is Meg Squats. This is my channel, so welcome. I figure maybe a lot of people might click on this video who aren't subscribers, but just to give you some background on who I am, I'm a powerlifter and I create videos, and I create videos about my own strength progress, and also I interview strength athletes all over the world, and I've had the opportunity to talk to some of the strongest people living in the world. So I did just want to kind of intro this video, introduce myself. In case you don't know me, interviewed in this video will be my friend Gracie V, who is a very well-known powerlifter. And obviously, you read the title of the video, we're gonna talk about PEDs and how that relates to women. Right now, I mentioned this a few times in the video, there are not too many resources for anyone who's interested in using performance-enhancing drugs. But especially, I think there are things to stress. If there are women who may be watching this who are interested in it, the rules are different for women. Gracie talks about her experiences and side effects that may be helpful for someone who's considering, taking that route. I personally am a natural athlete. I plan on being that forever, but I've done a few videos with Gracie already, and I am letting you know that I'm keeping an eye on the comments. If you're going to comment something that isn't adding to the conversation that we're having here, I like the tolerance is very low, and I will block you so hard. I hope that doesn't encourage anyone to make bad comments, but yeah, I really want to encourage everyone to kind of open your mind and try to be a little open-minded on this issue, or on this just lifestyle. I did go to Twitter and I asked something that I think may put things into perspective. Okay, so I can only word this so many ways, but would I personally sacrifice 10 years of my life to have a gold at the Olympics? For me, personally, no. My value system is different than everybody else's. I don't think that would make me any happier than what I am right now. And that's mostly the reason why I choose to be a natural athlete. I don't think that it'll make me personally any happier. Now, there are people in the world, and on this Twitter poll, close to 70, okay, it's 60-40 now. 60% of people said, yes, I would sacrifice 10 years of my life to have a gold medal. So just keep in mind that the value systems are different. There are people in the world who want to be the strongest in the world, and they are doing whatever they can to get there. There is a line where some people draw for themselves to sacrifice. Gracie talks about that, but just keep an open mind and be respectful, because I will not tolerate anyone disrespecting. And just if you don't have anything to add to this conversation, I'm gonna have to monitor comments according to that, because I feel thankful that someone like her is willing to make my mind even more aware of what's going on in strength training, because this is a very big thing. Okay, so I just wanted to intro this video, and now I'm going to one of the strongest women in the world who I get to have on my YouTube channel, Gracie, Vanasse. Enjoy.
Gracie, go! Yes!
I am a professional powerlifter. I own a gym in San Diego, California Elite Training Center, and CrossFit DCS. I coach a powerlifting team called DCS Pack, and there's about 80 or 100 team members in the gym and all over the world. So I'm pretty much a coach before I'm an athlete, if that's more important to me, but I've been competing in multiply powerlifting since about 2010, about 6 years. I have dabbled a little bit in raw powerlifting in this last year, but always going back to my roots in multiply.
So can you talk about how you got involved and when you decided that you wanted to start using, or you needed something, or not needed, but you wanted to really commit to powerlifting, and you wanted to, you're ready for the juice.
Yeah, okay, well I'll be totally honest with you, and I'll tell you exactly how I started. I actually started taking drugs before I ever started powerlifting, before I even knew what powerlifting was. I was in the gym and I thought that I wanted to be a bodybuilder, and I thought I had to take a lot of drugs in order to look a certain way. And so I was being guided by some gym bros, basically.
The bros.
The bros. So at the time I was taking everything under the sun, and I got all of these negative side effects. My voice changed. I was about 20 years old at the time.
Whoa.
And yeah.
What were you taking specifically, like names of drugs?
I was taking Test, Probe, Winnie, and growth hormone. This is not all at the same time, but in this period of time, this is all the different stuff that I took. Anavar, some Primo, a lot of shit.
Yeah.
A lot of shit. And definitely like the Test and the Winnie, those were, I think, the culprits of. But who knows what I got from what drug, because I was taking so much, so I didn't know what was working, what was giving me this side effect, what was giving me these gains. So anyways, I decided I didn't want to do bodybuilding. Switched over to powerlifting, and the people who were guiding me told me to stop taking everything. And I did. I stopped taking everything, and then once I kind of got everything out of my system and started lifting for a while, probably about 6 months, I started taking a little bit of Anavar, just started adding that back in, and I saw huge gains in my strength just with a very small amount of Anavar. So.
And what's considered for women, like at that time, how much did you weigh, and like what was considered a small amount?
At that time, I weighed about 157 pounds, and I was taking 10 milligrams a day. That's not actually a very small amount for women.
Okay.
Like bikini competitors and stuff, I'm pretty sure a small amount would be like 5 milligrams a day. But I mean, in the powerlifting world, I've never really heard of a woman taking under 10. So maybe it happens, but I think that's pretty small. I got leaner, I got more muscular, my body composition changed. So I just looked like I had more muscle, and my skin was thinner. I could see more veins in my forearms, but mostly my strength went up a lot.
Okay.
So I could really notice it very soon with bench press. Very soon, probably like 4 weeks, like I was hitting big PRs already. So my bench press went up, and then everything else went up, but yeah.
So before, you said when you were taking like kind of a dose of everything, you mentioned that you had like every side effect. What were those, and like what's like the worst side effect and like the least impactful side effects?
The least impactful side effects I would say would be acne. So whenever I went back to just taking a little bit of Anavar, I would get a little bit of acne on my chest and on my shoulders for the first couple weeks as my body kind of got used to the changing hormones. And then I would go away for the training cycle, and then whenever I would come back off, I would get a little bit of acne, and that would be, that was it. But whenever I was taking all that other stuff, my voice changed. My voice got deep really quickly, and I experienced hair growth, like all over my body, and facial hair. My clit got bigger. Yeah. It all happened really fast.
Really, like weeks or days? Or?
No, it was like the body hair growth, that was like over a long time. Actually, like probably more like years. But the voice change was, it only took a couple months.
Okay.
And it actually only took a couple months also for my clit to get bigger.
Really?
Yeah. Don't want to go into too many details about that, but it actually happened really quickly.
Yeah, I would assume that would be something that would be like gradual. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, of these side effects, are they reversible, or do they like go away? Like the voice changes when that changes.
Permanent.
That's permanent.
Yeah, that's permanent. As far as the other stuff goes, I think like the body hair stuff, like if you are off for a long time, it'll kind of calm down. But once those hairs grow, like once that follicle starts growing, then that's a hair follicle now.
Okay.
And it will continue to grow, maybe not as aggressively, but I would say, yeah, they're pretty much all permanent.
Wow.
Except for the acne.
You started powerlifting, started taking more controlled doses of Anavar only. Then how long was that period of time where you were just taking Anavar and you were experiencing big strength gains?
I did that for probably 9 months to a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happened next?
And then I was like ready to add some more in, so at the time I started taking EQ, and I talked to a lot of people who had taken like tests. He's told me never take tests. These are the things that would be safer for a woman. If you're going to take anything, take these things. On the list was EQ, Primo, and Anavar. So I picked one injectable, one oral, and I stuck to that for the next 4 years.
So your Anavar is ingestible, is oral, and then the EQ is injectable. And do you take Anavar every day and then EQ every day too, or?
I was taking EQ probably 2 to 3 times a week whenever I was getting ready for a competition.
Okay.
The Anavar was pretty much all the time, more getting towards a meet, and then I would go off for maybe a month or 2 after a meet, but I would take it regularly in my off season.
Okay.
Yeah, and during that time, like, I didn't have a period. Probably for about 3 or 4 years I didn't get my period.
Wow. Whenever you wanted to go back to powerlifting and you kind of stopped taking everything, what was kind of the urge and what made you like sure that you wanted to like take the next step and use performance enhancing drugs to supplement your strength?
So during the time that I wasn't taking anything, I had a conversation with, and she made me realize that if I wanted to take, like, whether it was a little bit of Anavar or anything, any kind of drugs, that I had to be ready to have, like, it had to be worth it, like risk to benefit ratio. And I knew that, at the time I wanted to be a world record powerlifter, a world record holder, and I was willing to do whatever it took to get to that level. And I knew that I would never be able to get to that level naturally. So powerlifting was quickly becoming my life, and I knew that I wanted to do everything in my power to get us to lift the most amount of weight as possible. That's why I was a multiply lifter. Because it didn't mean that I was strong enough that, to get, like, I wanted to lift the most amount of weight as humanly possible that I could. And that's when I made the decision that I was going to invest and take that next step. That it was worth it to me. Cool.
So where would you say you are now? Like, you are still using now and you're still an amazingly successful lifter. So what is your, like, I don't know, dosage look like? Like, what's your day to day? Like, how's it done?
Well, my day to day, it's actually less than it even was at that time. Well, I don't really remember what I took back then, but it's less than what it has been over the last couple years, because I don't want to be a world record holder anymore. I know the things that I would have to do, like the drugs, like the amount of drugs that I would have to take it there, and I don't want to push it that far.
Yeah. Why?
Because I really love myself the way I am now, and I'm afraid that if I become more masculine, I won't. And I really love the way my body looks now. I love how strong I am now. So I'm really happy right now with just making 5-pound PRs at each meet. Yeah. I'm just like, even if I only compete once or twice a year, and if I just put on 5 pounds to a couple of my lifts or 10 pounds to my total each time, like, that's plenty for me. I'm really focused on being a gym owner and coaching my team. So my dosage has, I know that I don't need to take as much now, to maintain that. Yeah. So. Do you think there's a possibility of you becoming a world record holder if you stayed on this track? Or would it be impossible with what you're doing? Yeah, I would have to work fucking hard. Yeah. If I wanted to do that, I would have to work really fucking hard. Yeah. And that's why I'm like, I'm kind of comfortable doing the amount of work I'm doing now.
Right. But it's, it's interesting to kind of look at, like, where you sacrifice things that are important to you and how far you do take it. Because you do have kind of points where you say, okay, I'm not gonna take it this far. This is, definitely a hot topic right now. I know Charisse Chan just got popped for Tren, and there's like a lot of things going on with that, and all kinds of drama that's not worth it. But if you're considering using, you should really talk to a lot of people, and maybe, I don't know, I feel like Tren, I've never heard of that being a good drug for any kind of athlete, female athlete.
No, I would definitely recommend against Tren.
Okay.
To any female wondering about taking this.
And are there any drugs that other than Tren, that you wouldn't recommend?
Definitely never Now, a lot of people might disagree because I've heard of women taking all of this stuff, but speaking of personal experience, stay very far away from tests of any kind. I would say the only kind of test that any woman should ever take is on meet day only, is a test no ester. So it's like a suspension, and you just take a shot the day of the meet. You might take it twice throughout the day, but that would be the only thing that for tests that I would say is okay. So stay away from any form of testosterone. Stay very far away from Winnie, which is something that'll change your voice really fucking quick.
Yeah.
Winstrol. So no test, no Winnie, no Tren, no D-ball, no Anadrol ever. And I would say only take Anavar unless like you're really at that level that you really, are really fucking committed. Yeah. You can take Anavar. Anavar can take you to a pretty high level.
Yeah. And what about people who are interested in like, maybe they're not strength athletes, or maybe they're like physique competitors, or they're just trying to change their physique, and I don't know if that's something that you would suggest people using to get to that point. I know that there are people though who will do that. Would you suggest that they just use Anavar?
Yeah, I would suggest that they use Clen and Anavar if they want to change the way they look. If they've been dieting and doing cardio and like never getting the results that they're working for, and they're like, fuck it, like I want that magic pill, then yeah, Clen and Anavar will definitely, even Anavar alone or Clen alone, if you add in the smallest amount of anything, it's gonna be that much better than what you have on your own. Yeah, you don't have to add a lot, but yeah, I would say even if you're not a strength athlete, that it's probably only gonna get you to love your body more. Yeah. If you're already really committed to looking a certain way, that's gonna help you get there pretty fast. Yeah.
Wow. Before we wrap up, like this video, as controversial as it may be, this is something that doesn't fucking exist. And there are women in the world who want to take it to the next level, and they're gonna use no matter what, if this exists and Gracie's talking about it or not. So I am thankful that she is willing to share it. And that's why I'm putting it on my channel. So thank you so much.